Okay, I decided to do a little quick video on some reliability mods that you can do if you decide to run aftermarket base pads. So some of the problems that I've been seeing, even in mine, are that the springs, after I take them out, after using an aftermarket base pad, have this bow in them where they kind of go like that. You can see this one. I have not done any modifications to this one, but you can see that it definitely bends a certain way. So this is actually the back of the spring. What's happening is it's compressing like that. The back side of the spring is over compressing, and there's a reason for that. At least in my case, I'm running base pads that have a flat bottom. I'm not using the standard base pads for these M&P 9 magazines that would have that angle. So, I slide this in here, you can see this angle is the same as this one. However, I'm putting on this base pad that has a flat bottom. So what is happening here is it's forcing the spring forward. As this pushes in, you can already see that spring is starting to kind of go forward, which is causing the overcompression of the back side of that spring. So one way you can mitigate this is you can take that last coil and bend it down to where you get it nice and flat. I'll show you what that looks like. So when it goes in here, it's nice and flat, and you can see it's not pushing the spring towards the front of the magazine. So if you are running flat base pads, this is going to help you tremendously to maintain an even compression of your spring, and it's also going to help you retain tension over time, because if one side of the spring is over compressing but the other side isn't, ultimately you're going to lose a little bit of strength and pushback from that one side, and you might have a failure to get to slide lock. So what you can do, this is how I've been doing it, is take some pliers, and you're going to want to just bend it down into that next coil. Need to do it just a little more. So it's a little flatter. I could do it a little bit more, but this is just to show you what you would need to do. I've already done it to this one, and it worked out just fine. So I would also just give it just a slight stretch. Don't grab onto this one and stretch it, because if this angles up too far, then what's going to happen is as your follower is going down, it's going to try and cant like that down through the mag. You want it to compress completely flat and evenly. So put that in there. It's much more flat than it was. So again, I could do it a little bit more just to get it even, and I will end up doing that for my purposes, but this is just to show you what's going on. Also, if you're having issues with loading rounds into your magazine and they catch at a certain point when you're trying to load up, so for me, in some of my mags, I get a slight catch when I get to 18 rounds. So compressing that round here at 18 rounds comes to a catch, so I'm not able to load that 19th round, and I have to smack the bottom of the mag while compressing that round to get past it. So one thing that I have done on this is just slightly round off these edges, so it's not a flat surface meeting up against that lip. And these from Floyd's Custom, he had the foresight to actually put a 45-degree angle or bevel around the entire inside of this mag well or base pad. So first off, you have that last coil being too far out. It's at an angle and you don't need it to be like that. So as your spring is compressing, your follower is going to tilt back and ultimately it's going to catch on that. Simply bending that spring in is going to help you with this problem. I've used several different base pads. I don't own any other brands right now. This is the only one I have now. But just adding that slight little bevel to all these is going to reduce the chance of you catching on that. And in one of the mags that I did too, there's a very slight catch, but it pushes right past it. So I think these mods are going to help you guys out if you're encountering either of these problems. So an uneven compression of the spring and your follower catching on the base pad. Really hope this helps you out, guys. Take care.